Hello everyone, my name's Thomas. We're going to address the elephant in the room, talk about shifting and stuff that's happening in the near future, and address my last live. Now give me a second and I'm going to share out. About 1 minute. Get some music going. Okay, everyone, we have 7 people on. Thank you for all watching, and I didn't have my mic on me. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and thank you for your birthday wishes, and thank you for the donations and the appointments. So, my last live was very controversial, apparently, because a lot of so-called workers got triggered. This is something I've done in a lot of lifetimes. I have to trigger people sometimes to see some kind of truth. Now, the thing is this. Sometimes people, they get triggered and they see things differently. And what I found very interesting was there were certain people that, when I talked about what was going on in the spiritual community, they felt they were targeted. I got blocked and I got unfriended by people I have been friends with for years. Never sent me a message. Never, they have my phone number, never bothered to call me. Never asked me what my motivation was or to explain things a little better. People teaching classes that maybe they shouldn't be teaching. Who are you connecting your energy with? When you're going to a healer, do you trust them? Do you know where they're channeling from? And here's the thing with triggering people, is that, so when you trigger somebody, if they react that way, there has to be some truth to what you're saying. And I believe they had to ask themselves the same questions. But it wasn't directed solely at certain people. That's what's so interesting to me. I came on and spoke reality, and people didn't, well, a lot of people resonated with it, and I thank everyone that sent me a message, because I got about 50, and they were like, finally somebody said it. Because I've been hearing about this for years. I've had clients come to me and be like, I've taken this channeling class, I've taken this mediumship class, and I'm like, how long did you take it for? Well, I took it for 4 hours. And I'm like, you can't learn how to be a medium in 4 hours. You know, there's a lady in Atlanta that teaches mediumship. She's very popular. She charges $800 an hour. And she gets people, teaches them for a couple weeks, and then endorses them. And has people recommended to go to her, to go to these certain people. And she charges them like $200 to $400 a month, and she is very well respected. She's even part of my soul group. I've been told in the future she's going to come and talk to me about many things. And I'll probably have to talk to her. But it is what it is. And my question here is, why did so many people get triggered by me calling something out? I had one person in particular go through my feed, and they were like, Thomas, you haven't done your shadow work. You're full of BS. This. I'm like, trigger. And I blocked them. Very same person, 2 years ago, there was a girl, this is so funny, that felt she was going to bring in Jesus Christ through Immaculate Conception. And me being masculine and not being where I'm at now, but still I was doing the right thing, at least through my eyes, and what I was getting from my guidance, that I messaged her and I said, listen, why don't we open a portal up to Jesus so you can talk to him directly? This is something I do for clients on occasion when I'm called to do it. And you can talk to Jesus directly and he can tell you if you are indeed channeling Jesus. Because you're forming a cult. And it bothers me because it's not authentic. And that's where the problem lies. It's not authentic. And look at that. As Karen said, I have been, as you say, snake oiled by lots of alleged healers, and I wish I had been warned before. Exactly. And the thing is, I'm not targeting certain people, but people took it real personal. Real personal. Interesting. If you're taking something personal, then there must be a reason why. I'm doubling down on what I stated about last time. Something I was taught a long time ago by my former teacher is not to let certain people work on me. And my guides and my higher self will tell me who I should and shouldn't let work on me. And I would say the same thing to you. Who are you letting work on you? Do you know what they're channeling? Do you know where they're channeling from? Do you know what they're doing? Do you know their motivations? I've been doing these lives for 5 years. However long it's been, I've lost track. And also for the people coming on, please subscribe to my YouTube because there's going to be some very interesting videos I can't put on here, but I can put on there. And about what's going to be happening soon. Because right now a lot of people are kind of fighting with each other in the spiritual community. I was told that I was going against my spiritual tribe. Now, I've seen the spiritual scene in Atlanta, and I can tell you a lot of people are in it for the money. And they're willing to shuck and jive to get more money. And they're willing to go around and sell their services and pitch them in churches, and not Christian ones, but universal life churches, you know, these churches. And it just amazes me that people are willing to be this inauthentic. People are going to rise to a level soon that they don't even understand is going to happen. The light switch is going to go on. I'm no one important. I want people to understand this because for some reason, some of these people thought, oh, Thomas thinks he's so important and he's this and he's that. No, I had a message. Most of that was channeled. As one of my friends messaged to me, and I got about 50 messages thanking me for doing this topic, they were like, you were channeling Father God. I could see it. You were channeling Archangel Michael. Yes, I was, and especially Metatron. I was channeling almost the whole time. So if you're getting triggered, why don't you go talk to them? Go talk to Father God. Go talk to Michael. Go talk to Metatron one-on-one. Because those are the real ones you have a problem with. It's not like I haven't triggered people in lifetimes to do certain things they needed to look at. And we all have our own motivations and our own ways of doing things. Chris, you can look on my Facebook profile. There's plenty of YouTube videos. Just click it, man. I need to get in a link, but I need 100 subscribers to do that, to change it. And I'll be giving away a free appointment on the 20th for anyone who likes and subscribes on my YouTube. So it'll be one person. I do a drawing of people, but there's about 20 or so. So anyways, back on topic. Yeah, turtle shields, other shields, whatever. After this happened, I asked my guides how many people sent attacks after me. I got 524. I was like, how many got through? They were like, none. Like, you did what you were instructed to do. You said what you were instructed to say, and you triggered a lot of people. But you said what a lot of people were thinking, because we've been talking about this behind closed doors for years. That in the spiritual scene, there's people teaching stuff they maybe shouldn't be teaching. And it's true, and it's real, and it's raw, and people are not going to like it, and they're going to get triggered, and it is what it is. Listen, I am not the Messiah. Neither is anybody else. Neither are you. Jesus is already back. He's already come into a body. He did it when he was Jesus. He did it before that. He did it before that. He wasn't a master long before. Highly elevated, beyond comprehension of what we understand. And he did the same thing. And a lot of you are going to be the same thing. We have to call a spade in the spiritual community. But why did it piss off so many people? That's my question. I mean, these were all spiritual workers that unfriended me and blocked me. Why? Was I channeling truth? Was I channeling something they needed to hear? Because if you're triggered by something, do you know how many times, and I don't get pleasure in this at all, when someone comes to me 6 months later and they're like, you triggered me, but you were right about what you told me. In a session or on a live, and I'm willing to put myself on a camera, sometimes not make anything for it, and tell my story and tell my life story. I don't even know how many lives I've done. I've probably spent, how many hours? I don't know. 100 hours on this thing? Maybe more than that. And I've always come in to be authentic with what I believe is the truth, or what I'm channeling as truth. I had to learn a long time ago on the spiritual journey, as I stated in my last live, where I was channeling from, what I was doing. That's why I used to have a former teacher and a former mentor, because I needed it at that time. And people that have been doing this work for 20, 30 years, that had loads of clients and students, and I knew were authentic and what they were talking about to me at that time. And it just, this is how it works. It's like, what's coming soon is going to make people, their whole perspective of all this infighting and stuff, and I'm not fighting with no one. I don't even really care. No, let me take that back. I do care immensely when I trust certain people and they walk away. And it's something that I've been told, I can't do this. I can't care. Because it's too important what certain people here are supposed to do. And it's a lot of us. It's not just me, obviously. It's you as well. But this is part of the equation. So we've had extraterrestrials holding energy around the Earth. Different species, Palladians, Lyrians, Andromedans, other species of extraterrestrials. Some that I don't even know the names of. And there's going to be something happening. I don't know when. It could be 2, it could be 6 months with the Earth. I don't want to go into great detail. I'm going to do it more on YouTube. And there's a lot of other things happening as well, with the Draco and other things that are happening. And maybe this is something I should have been talking about before. But I didn't, and that is what it is, because it wasn't necessary for me at that time, and I don't really want to scare people, because everything's going to work itself out. I mean, that's part of the equation here. Well, the Asgardians are involved, Frank. They've been involved a lot. I've actually gotten a few people into the halls of Valhalla. as clients or friends that I know of. Friends that I'm friends with, sorry. The point is that I've gone there as well. So there's actually energetic portals to those dimensions. So point is that be really careful about who you connect with. Because even this live's going to piss people off. I'm already hearing it. But I have to be authentic in my integrity. If I'm not authentic in my integrity, then what good am I? That's my question. What good am I? You can't teach channeling in 4 hours. I'm sorry, you can't. And you can't teach mediumship in 4 hours. It takes years of study. Some people it's natural, automatically comes online. But I do recommend that they do some research and really practice and practice and practice for a long time. I started off healing. And I was channeling too. I didn't know it. Then I started channeling more and more and more and more. Masters would enter around me or into my field, ascended masters, and heal through me. Something many of you have seen on live. Doesn't make me important because I'm hearing some people's thoughts. I'm not trying to say that I'm important at all. That's the whole thing. But I didn't know doing that live would really trigger a lot of people. And yeah, I was angry, but there's a thing called holy rage out there. And it's real. I hate to break it to you. It's real. It's holy rage. And Jesus did it. Thoth did it. They did it in Atlantis. They've done it for untold millennia. They've done it on other planets. You're speaking universal law. You're speaking truth. I was accused of not doing my shadow work. I was accused of not healing my inner child. We all are on a certain part of our journey. But here's the thing. We all have things we have to work on. And I've worked on a lot. And maybe I didn't give myself enough credit before, but now I am. I said the gloves are off. And they're off. What I find interesting is if 524 attacks were sent at me for the last video, of which nothing happened, which never going to is the point, is that my guides take care of it, my higher self. I have plenty of protection. We've got all these angels here, whatever, and masters and extraterrestrials that work with the higher aspects of Source. Maybe that should be my next live. Are you working with the lower aspects of Source or the higher aspects of Source? And I know I'm speaking up there, but this is kind of how I communicate. It's just how I work, and it's how I agreed to incarnate in this body. What's interesting with humans is that when we come from another place and we incarnate our soul into a human body, we look at our life contract sometimes and we don't look at every little piece of it. We're like, I want to be a human because this is going to evolve my soul so much faster. And we're coming into this great new age that's going to occur, and there's going to be all this kind of crazy stuff happening, and then all of a sudden it's all going to go away. And it's going to start a new age. And we want to be here for it. We don't read everything in our life contract and what we're going to do, or we don't understand that we have human emotions and what that's going to mean. We don't see that aspect of it. And it really did bother me, and it really did bother me everything that happened with the last live and even before that. Because here's my problem sometimes is that, and I know you guys have gone through this as well, guys and gals, sorry, is that you trust people and then they disappoint you. And they don't even give you reasons why. They just do it. And we're all guilty of blocking people. But when you're actual friends and you've known them for years, it's a little crazy, Sorry, it's a little nutty. I mean, I'm a Cancer. I'm a very emotional sign. It may not portray this way on the camera, but I'm a very emotional person. And I've spent a long time to get to where I'm at spiritually and mentally and emotionally. And this isn't the easiest path to take being a spiritual worker. Because people don't seem to understand sometimes the laws of energetic exchange, the laws of polarity, the laws of as above, so below, even the law of attraction. They don't look at the hermetics and the 7 other laws that go into effect with the laws of attraction. They don't look at the 105 universal laws. It's like, let's just throw off everything else and just try to do something a certain way. And that's cool because that's part of learning. That's part of the spiritual journey, but still painful. I'd say for me, painful. Painful. Very saddening. Because you think people are your friends. And you know, my guide said, they were like, I can't get into specific things. They're like, why does this bother you so much? This is something you're going to be doing your entire life. And when that heart chakra of yours gets to like 90, 100%, you're going to be speaking truth on a level that some people are just going to absolutely hate you, and a lot of people are absolutely going to adore you. And it is what it is. As they've told me, and as I'm going to tell you, you're going to be able to do things spiritually, and I've said it before, that you have no concept of. You have no concept of what's possible. When that light switch goes off, all these things you were concerned about are going to go away. And that's reality. It's just going to go away. You're going to be like, this is my mission now. This is what's important. What's next? How do I help the human collective? What's my job? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? That's the next step. So, here we are. With what's coming into the Earth's possible timeline, say probable, people do not quite understand what's going to happen. And I'm surprised because I'm sure a lot of spiritual workers have gotten glimpses of it. But I've been putting the pieces together because I'm tenacious like that. And it is what it is. And they don't see it yet. And I see a lot of people walking around and they have no idea what's about to happen. They have no idea. But I can guarantee you there's people in the upper echelons of society that know. Oh, they know. Because they're involved in some level. A lot of them are. And it's going to be very interesting. Other channelers have talked about it. But you got to be careful what you say because you don't want to make people angry or scared or whatever. But at the end of it, everything's going to be beautiful. Whole new earth. People with abilities are on a level that we don't even remember. We got a dog barking. Saying hello. Look at that. So, whew. That was my response to my last live because it got so much feedback and blocking and no one even bothered to ask a question to me. Really showed me motivations and trickery in people that may be talking behind. But how many clients have I had come to me to be like, I've taken this class and I didn't learn anything of any value, or I've done this attunement, did it change your life for the better? You have to address the mental and emotional aspects that are happening in our lives right now. That's why when I have a session, I sometimes give clients homework to do. I don't check to see if they do it unless they're going to come back to me like it's a multi-level session deal and they need me to check what they're doing, you know. I'm not going to check this, but this is what you should try out because it's going to help you mentally and emotionally evaluate where the issues are in your life that you need to deal with. Because I've had to do that as well. It's an interesting pattern that so many people are not seeing the full picture yet. And I'm not seeing it either, but I'm seeing a lot of it. The chosen are going to rise. There's no stopping this. There's no stopping this. As I said in that post, or when I shared what my friend posted, it's not time to wake up the sheep, it's time to wake up the lions. And I'm serious. It's time to wake up the lions. It's time to wake up the people who are going to speak truth and universal truth. Because the world is going to change. And it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be fun, and some of it's going to be tough. That doesn't mean we can't get through this. It doesn't mean we can't do this. But as long as we're playing games, because even as I've been told, they're like, some of those people are going to come back to you in the future, and they're going to want your help, Thomas. I went up to the angelic realm, had a chat, the Akashic Records, a couple other places, about that live in particular. Like, why did you have me channel this? Why did I feel so compelled? Like we're clearing a path for you. And some people aren't going to like it. But I'm sick of seeing some dark people working with light people, and they're getting spelled. It's a matter of perception, light and dark. I get all that stuff. Still. People took it real personally. I guess I did too. But this isn't a woe is me thing. Point is, be careful who you work with. Be careful, like, who I work with and who I talk to on a regular basis and who I trust. There's a reason why. Because their actions dictate who they are. I guarantee you, with any of those people, if they thought I had said something crazy about them, they would message me. And they would call me on the phone and be like, what's up, Thomas? Like, what's going on? But none of that happened. And it was the spiritual people that unfriended me. That's what was funny to me. I was like, well, if you're triggered, then there's a reason why you're triggered. Get over it. Deal with it. Figure out why. Because on some level, I'm channeling Mother, Father, God, and I'm channeling Metatron and Michael. Okay, so it isn't my higher self. I know what I'm doing. But, you know, people have their own motivations and whatever they want. You know, it is what it is. And a lot of you watch them, so, you know. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should continue, because they will help bring in truth for you and truth about who you are. But be careful in spiritual scene, because it's not about a spiritual tribe. What I'm concerned about is my soul group. That's what I'm concerned about as far as my spiritual connections. I'm concerned about my soul group and the people in my life contract and the people that I can help and the people that can help me. That's what I'm concerned about. And I'm concerned about loyalty. Because people, as I stated before, they're afraid of power. They're afraid of what you can do. But here's the thing, I don't go around doing those things. So it's like, what? Why would you even bother? It's crazy. Is there a Reiki course? No, I'm not teaching a Reiki course. If I teach a course, it's going to be on healing. I'm going to do attunement. It'll be more something that I do now, or have done in other lifetimes, or whatever. I do a lot of things as a healer. It's like this, because people are watching. Energy. See, that's energy. It's pretty simple. We make this so complicated. You charge it with energy. And we got Max over there saying, eek, I don't know why. But it's okay. Maybe he doesn't agree, maybe he does. Don't know. But it's cool. Not everyone's going to agree with you when you get this switch gets turned on spiritually. And it's going to happen when we least expect it. It's going to happen when we least expect it. And when that flip gets switched, you're going to change. And you're going to be like, oh, what on earth was I thinking all this time? What was I thinking? And my guys are starting to turn that switch on. It's just like a little bit at a time. They're like going like this. How much are we going to turn it on? My higher self. How much are we going to turn it on? Because when we click him all the way, when we click the switch on, Lord knows what Thomas is going to be channeling. But I'll know what I'm channeling, though, I can tell you that. Point is, yeah, I should tell it. I don't want to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it. It was about a year ago and I went live with someone, and it's no fault of them. They're one of the people that unfriended me, but it's no fault of them. My former teacher got on to me so bad about this. I got a migraine for a week. I had to go to someone that I would never go to for help, but at that time we were talking, and she helped me out with it. My teacher helped me out with it. A mentor helped me out with it, and it was like, because the energies. And then even someone else that went live with them was saying the same thing. They were like, can't go live with that person again. I was like, yeah, I get it. But behind closed doors, we've been talking about this for a long time. We've been talking about there's people that are taking advantage of people, and there's people that are not doing this for the right reasons in the spiritual community. And sometimes it takes a crazy MF to get on a screen and talk about it. And people are not always going to like it. But I can't care. And I do, but I can't care. But it's sad. Anyways, moving on. Point is, this is part of life. It's part of my journey to accept that. But if you're not dealing with your emotional, mental issues, this is a big issue right now. If you're not dealing with this spiritually, you're not going to evolve super far. Because you have DNA strands that are based upon where your mind is and your emotions are. Now, they say we have a 12-strand helix. It goes much farther than that. It goes much farther than that. You can activate more DNA strands than that, and they hold different abilities. They hold different things you can do. I recently had a friend activate 3 of them. No, more than that, actually, I'm hearing. But it's where I'm at mentally and emotionally that makes those things turn on. And Simone, I'm still waiting on you to schedule here. I sent you a message. Anyway, but that's up to you. So, there's so much more to this equation than we're seeing. We're looking at channeling and this and that, and clairsentience and claircognizance, and what happens when people can literally wield lightning or can do things with energy that hasn't been seen in a long time. And they're calming down people that are very upset. I'm going to do a YouTube video on that where I'm actually going to connect in with the emotional fields of people. Well, my guides are going to connect in, not me, but I'll be sending out energy for healing on an emotional level. And because people need that right now. People are feeling stuck. They're feeling like things aren't going the way they want it to go. That's part of the process. I can tell you what's been told to me. Are you ready to either sit in that energy or move out of it? And walk away and fix it. Dig into it. When certain emotions come up for me, I have a tendency to sit there with them for at least 10 to 20 minutes. And look at why. Exactly, Matt. Yeah. The light glows and reveals what's in the darkness. Just glow the light, man. Exactly. A lot of you have this. I have this. So we give off a field of energy. And sometimes people can't handle it. There's people with attachments. They don't even know what attachments are. And it's a tricky, tricky thing to talk about that. Edgar Casey, great trance channel, said this. 90% of the people in a mental institution are possessed and highly psychic because they're on drugs. This is in the early 1930s and before that, and they're being electric shocked and everything. And there are people that have loads of attachments. And please tell me someone that can get rid of them. Just tell me somebody. I know of like 5 or 6 that do this work on a regular, that tangle with stuff that's written about in books on demonology, and they deal with archons, and they deal with energetic parasites and dark fairies, and they deal with it. Cancel all that clear. They deal with this stuff. So they can't recognize it as a healer. That's what they're dealing with. Then, or a channeler or whatever. Can they be infiltrated? Because right now there's a galactic war going on up there. And it's for the very evolution of humanity. That's the reality here. It's for the very evolution of humanity. And certain light workers are getting infiltrated. That's much more than I think I'm hearing. But they're getting infiltrated because they're not looking at the full spectrum. They're not looking at the gray aliens. They're not looking at alien chip implants. They're not looking at archons. They're not looking at all these ways they have built for untold millennia. We're engineered by extraterrestrials. This is so funny to me. We're engineered by extraterrestrials. It's how we got here. There are many species of man around. They chose a couple of them to see what would happen. Not like they ain't done this on other planets. And what we're going through here, other planets have already gone through this, with the Palladians, or Lyrians, or Syrians, or Andromeda especially. They've all dealt with this stuff. They've all done this. It's part of how things work. And it's part of evolution. What I'm afraid of is people are going to become very polarized to their higher and lower aspects. And we're going to have to, as workers, when we get that light switch turned on, we're going to have to help them. I've seen it in the future, people mad with power that are just whipping power around everywhere, and they're destroying things. And certain people walk up, and they're like, listen, I can help you, or I can cut your connection. Because what you're doing is destroying people. Because you're connecting to a very low vibration, not a high one. But that's in the future, and that could be 2 years away, it could be 5, it could be 6 months. I don't know. I'm getting it known in 6 months, but who knows? The timelines are tricky to track, they're tricky to understand, and it is what it is. But here's the thing. The people that are willing to listen to you and walk with you will do it. And then you're going to have a lot of people that need everyone else to tell them what to do. You have to trust yourself. Hello, my good friend. You have to trust yourself now. This is what's important. If you feel you need to say something, say it. It's all in how you say it. That's how it is. It's all in how you say things. And the issues that we're looking at are not going to even really matter in a couple months. There's going to be much more to worry about. I don't know the timeline on this. It could be 2 months, it could be 6. But remember the people who are there for you when you need them. Because as I stated before, all those people that unfriended me, all those people that left nasty comments or talked behind my back, whatever, fuck it. Not a single one of them actually messaged me. They felt targeted, so if they felt triggered, there's something they need to look at in them. And that's just the reality of the situation. I'm tired of clients coming to me and being like, did this class, I did this activation, nothing happened. They said I could learn mediumship in 4 hours. They said I could learn channeling in 4 hours. Next question becomes what I've already stated 3 times. Where are you channeling from? Where? Could you tell me? Please? If I was a client, that's what I'd be asking myself. I'd be asking, is this person authentic? Look at their energy. You can see stuff all around it. You can see stuff in people's energy. You can see what they have on them. It is what it is. You can feel if they're authentic. Many of you are feelers. You feel things. You feel energy. Some of you just know it. Some of you see it. Some of you just, it is what it is. And that's the other thing. Like what Steph's saying, I agree. I just trans-channeled similar things this past Friday. Several changes, balances, disruptive energies as well. And that's true. Clear my field. Fuck it. Bring in the lion energy. And bring in holy fire. Burn away any attachments that do not serve me or anyone's trying to throw at me. This is laughable, by the way. And what else? Call in the armor of Archangel Michael. And wrap me in golden cloak protocols. And ask anything that's not of the light to go to the light and the greater light. I ask anything that is not of the light to go to the light and the greater light. I ask anything that is not of the light to go to the light and the greater light. There we go. We're back. Okay. Oh, thank you. And call in some dragons. What do we need? Source dragons. Andromedan dragons. And Merlin's dragons. One more. The dragons of Gabriel. Thank you. Okay. Plenty of protection there. Oh yeah, and bring in the ancestors, polar bear. Here's what's going to happen. You scratch my ear. Ha! This said the kid gloves are off. People that try to intentionally attack other people, redirect it right back to them. You guys have spirit animals that help you. You guys have other beings that help you. You have ancestors that help you. You have angels that help you. You have extraterrestrials that help you. You have ascended masters that help you. If someone's crazy enough to intentionally attack you, intentionally, because you're speaking truth, do they really want to deal with those energies? Really? Okay. Sorry, my guys are talking to me. But, yeah, and also if you want to make an appointment, it's angelicsupportagent.net. Thank you so much for everyone that wished me a happy birthday, and I highly appreciate everyone that does watch me, and I highly appreciate everyone that has watched me over the years. And anyone that donated for my birthday, I very much appreciate that as well, or made an appointment. I'm going to get back to you tonight on that. And as I said, the gloves are off. No, I was taught by my former teacher not to shield myself. There was another way to do it, but I disagree now. Yeah, that way still helps because I broke those protocols and made my own that were stronger. But there's 15 layers of shields around me. Now there's a lot more. We take on a task, and it's not always going to be the easiest thing to do when we're here on Earth. We are, dear. Me and Steph will be going live soon. I've got quite a few people. Me and John Atlas will be live on Thursday, and we're going to be selling tickets for that. And we will be teaching a psychic protection class. We're working that out right now. And then I'm going to be going live with Jared May. Then I'll be going live with Steph and Nora. And what I had to realize was I need to go live with the people that I felt I knew I could work with. There's a clearing effect. Because you have a lot of people going live together now, and they don't even know what's on the other person. And I don't need to be cleaning them up while I'm on a live. Now, this hasn't happened recently. Maybe, but I don't know. The guy's talking to me. I don't know. I would say no, but arguing a little bit. Anyways, and this will also be going live on Soul Treats in August. Me and John as well. Me and John Atlas. And yeah, but there's going to be a bunch of lives coming, paid lives, and you guys asked for psychic protection, and you're going to get it. And we're going to be doing like psychic protection class 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're trying to work it out. Start with the basics, work it up, give you more ways to protect yourself because you guys are going to need it. You're going to need to know what you're dealing with, the energies you're interacting with, and what's going on with you. We're working out the details of how to do this, and we're going to post it. I'm guessing somewhere around like August 15th or something. But maybe the beginning of August. I don't know yet. I got to talk to him about it. But that's it. This is my live. Thank you all 38 people for watching. And I highly appreciate everyone that gave me birthday wishes. And a lot of things are going to change real fast. Be prepared. It took me a little while to see the full picture of what was going on, but now I see it. And I'll say this once again. If you were triggered by what I said in my last live, there's a reason for it. Because I was channeling that from Father God, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. If you were triggered by that, there was a reason. You need to go within and figure out why. Because you want to argue with me, go argue with God. Go argue with Michael. Go argue with Metatron. Go argue with Gabriel as well, he says. The kid gloves are off. And it is what it is. And I'm going to call a spade a spade. And if they don't like it, they can unfriend me and not ask me why I did what I did. It wasn't even targeting certain people, but they sure felt like I was. Anyways, craziness. That's their journey, not mine, man. My journey is to help humanity. As long as you're, as well as everyone else's is. But are you willing to step up and really look at what you need to do? That's my question to you. Peace out. Follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube. Hello, my good friend that just came in. It's the end of my life. And thank you all for watching. Peace out.